All right, everybody, welcome to NorCal Sports Network. And this is the same hat that Brock Purdy's dad wears. Chat loves it when Marty Lurie comes on.
Anytime you lose a game this time of year, when you can't go backwards, it's a problem.
All right, everybody, welcome on into NorCal Sports Network. I'm dapping the Seattle Mariners hat tonight after a big victory for the Mariners. Their first playoff win in 24 years. You see the Blue Jays in the background, the other game today in baseball. And we'll talk about these two games, talk about tomorrow's National League games, and hang with us. We'll also be covering the NFL today. We got NFL football. This isn't just a baseball channel. It's NorCal Sports Network. So we cover baseball, basketball, football, and we'll even get a little NBA. I'll tell you the one thing we will not be talking about tonight, though, and that is, well, you know what we're not talking about tonight. I don't even see it up on my board anymore. But we won't cover it. How about that? We'll not cover it, right, Dallas? No, I can't find it. But I always.
What are we not covering?
Well, I can't find the little. Where did it go? Oh, this we're not covering. We're not covering this. 10 dudes under the rim, or 10 wannabe dudes under the rim, playing basketball under the rim. All right, guys, let us thank our sponsor of the show. That would be Chapman Law Group. Chapman Law Group, you know them. Give them a call at 415-613-9483. Let them know NorCal Sports Network sent you. You got a personal injury situation. They specialize in that amongst many other things. But do not settle with an insurance company before giving Chapman Law Group a call. All right, Dallas, big full day in sports. If I can get the music off here. What's going on with the band? There we go. I can't find anything today. I guess get out of practice from doing this every day, right?
Yeah, you're rusty.
A little rusty. But Mariners get it done tonight. That was an exciting game. If you love playoff baseball, low scoring. Seattle's only 2 runs they got were off of Jorge Polanco, solo home runs, both coming off Tariq Skubal. And then the Tigers tied it on a Spencer Torkelson 2-run double with runners on first and second. He doubles down the right field line, scoring 2 to tie it up. And then in the bottom of the 8th, the big hit comes. Who did that hit come from tonight? I'm trying to remember who had that big hit. I'll have to look it up. I was watching the game. I just can't remember who the big hit came from. Someone's probably got it in the chat while I'm not looking
for Seattle?
At the screen. Yeah, for Seattle. It was Rodriguez, right? Wasn't it Julio?
Yeah.
I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Julio. That's right. It was back-to-back doubles. It was the double by Cal Raleigh down the right field into the right field corner. And then next, Julio Rodriguez hits one into the left field corner. And, isn't that the truth, Graves? We'll get to that. I got killed by the Cardinals today in the Survivor League, too. We'll talk about that when we get to the NFL.
A lot of people did.
DiMacario, man, if you had him, he may be looking for a job tomorrow. That was ridiculous. Anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to the NFL shortly. But let's talk about this most recent game. Seattle had to get this game. It's a 5-game series, right? The first 1-3 wins the series.
Yeah, it's important. Once it gets to 2-0, then you're in trouble. So you have to even that series up to have a shot.
Yeah. Insane Sports Take says, Glenn doesn't agree with our takes on the WA slander. That's okay. When they can start playing, when it's entertaining, maybe Caitlin Clark I can handle, but the rest of the league is, I'm sure there's a few other players that are decent, but I had my screen on YouTube and the 4 screens, and I was watching the baseball game today, the Yankees, Toronto. I had a couple of football games on, and for some reason they had the WNBA. I guess it's playoff time or something's going on with them. And I'm like trying not to watch it in the corner of my eye. Every time I look, I see people throwing just bricks up. But anyway, let's get to this basketball or baseball, blah, 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 baseball game. You know, Scooble, I was doing some calculations. I don't know if this is good. He pitches game 2, and if this game goes 5, it's going to be Friday night. He'll be on full rest Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. He'll have 4 days rest because they have tomorrow off. Games 3 and 4 are Tuesday and Wednesday. Then they have Thursday off as a travel day. Mm-hmm. So it made me think. You know what it made me think, Dallas?
What's that?
It made me think the Giants should try and go get someone like Paul Skeens, because you can win playoff series with a guy, even a short series, because you can have him because of all the days off. You could pitch him twice you only need 3 wins. And they don't have that. I mean, it made me think, Webb's the guy you'd want to pitch, but he's still going to give up a couple of runs probably, right? He's not the shutdown. He's not like some of these guys that can shut you down completely on a consistent basis.
Tarek Skubal gave up a couple of runs.
He did. But
so, whoever it is going to give up a couple of runs. This is playoff baseball. These are the best hitters, that you're going up against. You can give up. You're going to give up 2. Most of these games, they're no one's getting shut out.
Not necessarily, but you're seeing starting pitchers. Yeah. You're seeing some starting pitchers shut these guys down. Snell is, I don't know I think he gave up a run or 2 the other night. I can't remember, but Savage today went 5 1/3, no hit balls, struck out 11 for Toronto.
But they don't even need it because they put up so many runs.
Oh my gosh. Did you see the smash by Vlad Guerrero?
Yeah. Crazy.
About that, and I put a tweet out on it, guys. In fact, I think we can just absolutely play this tweet from today. I'm going to read the tweet first, and then we'll talk about this, and we'll get a little bit more into each game here, guys. We're kind of going back and forth between the 2 games here, but here's what I said. Playoff baseball, nothing like it to steal from the perennial 500 San Francisco Giants baseball club. Love the celebration in the jacket, and sure would like to see the Giants have some life and fun to them in 2026. What am I talking about? Well, what happened? Did I post the wrong video today on I sure did. I posted the wrong stinking video, or it didn't record. Skip that. I had the whole stinking home run. All right. Well, let me see if I've got it in here, because let me see. Yeah, I posted the wrong video. How is that? Wow. That's crazy. Dallas, tell me your thoughts on the game while I look this up, and I'll post this. Tell me your thoughts on the most recent game tonight.
On the Mariners game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was that's my favorite kind of game. Those close kind of pitcher duel type games. I mean, it just, in the playoffs, it's just a heightened drama. And so, it was a great game, but I was happy. I like to see these series go the distance, go longer. And so I was happy to see the Mariners tied up. I don't really have a dog in the fight on this one, so I just look for good baseball. You want to see a good game and a good series. So I was happy how that one went.
Yeah. It was. You like if you don't have a dog in the fight, you kind of like to see the games go the distance, the series, because you know you don't want to see 3-0 sweeps and 2-0 sweeps like the Dodgers did against Cincinnati, and hopefully they're not going to do against Philadelphia tomorrow. Yeah, we got to see the games go the series go the distance. Although I'm fine if the Yankees bow out Tuesday night. That would be fun to watch.
It seems like they might be done. I don't know if they can stack up against the Blue Jays. That game, I mean, it was. I don't know. Maybe it was just enough for them to make it through the previous round, and now they've kind of petered out. I don't know. You just don't seem like the Yankees have enough gas left in the tank to get it done.
Yeah, and I think Toronto's the team. My neighbor, I was visiting with him today. We were just chatting, and he said, "Who do you think's going to be in the World Series?" I said, "Who do I want the World Series? Who do I think it's going to be?" Mm-hmm. He says, "Both." I said, "I think it's going to be Toronto," and this was before today's games. This was this morning, about 11. I said, "I think it's going to be Toronto and the Dodgers." If you ask what I think it's going to be, what I want it to be, I'm kind of a nostalgia type person. I want to see Seattle and Milwaukee, because Seattle started their first season in 1969 as the Seattle Pilots. They were a one-year expansion team that had financial troubles and had problems with the stadium. So they moved to Milwaukee and became the Brewers. So I think it would be kind of cool to see Seattle face Milwaukee, two cities that don't get too much World Series.
I'll tell you who does not want that to happen.
Major League
Baseball.
Exactly. So that would be, that is for sure. So, I'm working on this text right now. Let's see. Carry on while I finish this text so I can pull it up here. Give us some more thoughts on the Seattle-Detroit series. What do you think happens the rest of the way?
Well, let's pull up the probables for the rest of the series here.
Okay. Well,
we can look at the pitching matchups coming up here, because that's really, you try to figure out what's going to happen in these series, and a lot
you've
of times
got Logan Gilbert and Jack Flaherty on Tuesday, and then on let's see if we can get Wednesday, you've got undecided for Seattle against Casey Mize of Detroit. Interesting. So, and Brian Wu,
I'm not the biggest
not going to be in this
Flaherty fan. I don't feel super confident in him. So I think maybe the Mariners have the edge on Tuesday's game. But then I guess we can look at what the rotation is and see what the TBD.
Yeah,
I guess maybe they wait and see if they lose, then they bring somebody up on short rest. Or if they win, then they keep people on your standard rest, so that I don't know. When your back's against the wall, maybe you change up your philosophy a little bit. So I don't know if that's the reason why they haven't announced a starter yet. Hard to say.
Yeah, it's really hard to say with all of that. I think, Seattle's missing Brian Wu. They've got Kirby, who pitched game 1, Castillo tonight, Gilbert game 3, game 4. I don't know who Seattle has in their rotation. Yeah. I mean, game
do
4
they just
is going
go
to be
back to the beginning?
Let's see. Game 4 is going to be Wednesday night. Game 1 was Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. That's not enough. You're just missing. You said they played Saturday and Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, it's only 3 days rest. You got to have somebody for game 4. So, chat, who's Seattle got that they can throw out there? They've got Bryce Miller. I don't know if they want to throw him. He pitched the last day of the season. My guess is it would be Bryce Miller, and he'll get yanked as quickly as he gets 2 runners on base. You know, guy like that, something. Unless there's 2 outs and he gets the runners on. But if he gets into any kind of trouble, I would think they'll go to the pen. But that's going to be my guess, Bryce Miller. Now, if they had Brian Wu, that's a really formidable 4-man rotation in Kirby and Castillo, Gilbert, and Wu. That would be Brian Wu is not on the roster, Paul, so he cannot play in this round. He can be added to the roster. He has a inflamed pectoral muscle or something like that. Hey, Kyle, good to see you. Good to see you.
But if they advance, they can add him to the next one if he's
correct. They can do
good
that.
Shape.
They can do that. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I think I have the information here from today, Twitter, and I'll play a little sound. Kill it here. But first, what I said here in my tweet is playoff baseball. Nothing like it to steal a phrase from my perennial 500 San Francisco Giants. Love the jacket celebration and hope the Giants have some more fun in 26 like this. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. Trident or whatever they call it. Trident, yeah. Senior says,
well, that's what $500 million can buy you.
Yeah. Senior saying, was Pages given that pitch away? Let me see. Let's go back and take a look at this pitch. Maybe we can run it.
See him?
Let me see if we can run it slow motion. Is I going like this? I'm not watching our screen. Is it moving forward?
It's paused right now, but
it's not moving forward.
Pages' head. It's zoomed in too far for us to see.
Okay, you're not seeing it move forward. You're not seeing the pitch right now.
We saw the pitch, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't see Pages. Oh, there he is. He's down there by the score. He's down there underneath the 0 of the Yankees.
Yeah, we can't see his whole body though. We can't tell.
All right, let me hit.
But you have to assume in that situation that they are relaying the signs. They are relaying. It's not signs, but you can relay the position of the catcher. You see, he's like didn't have a glove on, but that's his glove hand because he's wearing a watch on his left hand.
Okay,
so he's a right-handed guy.
All right, so we had a blowout.
It's good to see. You want to see at least some competition for the Dodgers, a team that's getting hot and really putting some runs on the board, knowing that it's quite possible that they face the Dodgers, and that you want to be able to have a competition for that in the World Series, if that's the case.
Yeah. Did I hear anything about Jason Varitek interviewing? His wife hinted he is on the move, and I'm having a meltdown. Okay, Jill, I have not heard anything. That would be a surprise. How many openings are there? There's about 5 or 6 managerial jobs open right now, right? Texas filled theirs a couple days ago with Skip Schumacher. on
There are 8 major league openings, and one has now been filled. And I think the Angels is pretty much spoken for, right?
I think it's going to be Albert Pujols with the Angels.
Yeah, and then the Rangers have already made their decision, so there's 6 left.
Okay, so the Rangers have made their decision. I think Buster's going to move fairly. I don't know. Look, we watched him move in the free agency when he wanted his guy, right? It was Willy Adames. Boom, he pounced. He didn't wait around for him to be taken off the market by somebody else. So I'm thinking, you know what, Senior? I don't know if I have that Teoscar home run. I'll have to look for it and see. He says Pajes gave him the signal. Interesting. I'll have to look if I get a moment. But
In the Dodgers game, he's saying that they gave Teoscar the signal.
Interesting. Yeah, with Andy Pajes. I gotta believe that Buster moves somewhat quickly. I wonder if there was rumblings that Texas heard that Buster was very interested and high on Shoemaker.
No, I think he was the heir apparent there. I think he was earmarked for the job, and there was no decision to be made in Texas.
Yeah, but Texas is going to cut back on spending. But hey, he got it done with Miami, who didn't spend at all, and he got them into the playoffs. So, and he has.
It's a different story. If you want to get a major league job, you take the job regardless of what the spending is. But if you're a long time manager, with a track record, and then now you're hearing they're going to cut expenses, then it's maybe better just to hang it up, do a little more fishing, and get into the Hall of Fame in 1 year.
Yeah. It's you take the job, exactly. They don't come up often. There's only 30 of them. Texas still isn't a bad job, even if they cut way back on spending. They got Simeon, they got Seager, they got the right fielder, not Teoscar, but Adolis Garcia. They've got the lefty. He was rookie in the World Series. What's the lefty hitter, young guy? Oh, plus they've got the left fielder. They've got the kid from Florida. Why am I forgetting guys' names all of a sudden? They've got the two. They got Jung, right, and they've got Evan Carter. Thank you, Patrick. The lefty, Evan Carter, and then the righty, Wyatt Langford. There we go. Gosh, I'm out of. All of a sudden, fantasy season ends, and I can't remember these guys' names. That's like, you got Langford and Evan Carter, two young guys, kind of your corners. You've got Adolis Garcia, who could be traded. You got Simeon and Seager and Jung, and Texas should be. They just need some pitching. Yeah, Seager is injury prone and not getting any younger for sure. Had him on 2 fantasy teams this year and had to sit him the whole last month. Very frustrating. But Corey Seager still can hit, though. Still can hit.
And it's a division where it's anyone's division. I mean, the Mariners made it this year, but are they going to be a perennial contender there? I don't know. The Astros are always in the conversation, but it seems like it's a division that's winnable each year if you play well.
Yeah. So, day off tomorrow for the American League. 2-0 Toronto over the Yankees. 1-1 Detroit, Seattle. Series shifts to Detroit and New York Tuesday night. And Tuesday night is for the Yankees, it's going to be on the mound for the Yankees. It is going to be, who is it? Come on. Shane Bieber versus Rodon. Wow. Bieber versus Rodon. I mean, the Yankees, if they're going to get one, they better get this one. I mean, with Rodon and backs to the wall, I would think the Yankees have the odds to win this game 3. What do you think?
I think they're cooked. I think they're done.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Blue Jays are hot. I think they're going to put a lot of runs on the board, and that's going to be it. But
all right.
It doesn't really matter to me. I'm usually root against the Yankees, and I like to see a team that you don't see that often get in there. So I would root for the Blue Jays, I think, but I do like to see a series go a little bit longer. So if the Yankees get one, then I think that's better for a baseball fan.
Yes, it would be nice to see the Dodgers and Yankees fall early. Not in the World Series, but early.
For sure. Again, but yeah. Major League Baseball says no.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so Senior
you
has
might see some favorable calls.
Senior has texted me the link to this home run from last night, and
we don't have to watch this, do we?
Well, we'll see if it's interesting. This is an educational channel here, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if I got the right guy at the Warmonger. Okay, here we go.
But even if it shows him revealing the location, that is on the catcher, who should be setting up neutral or setting up to the opposite of what he's actually going to do, so that you fool him. In that situation, you can't allow tipping pitches or whatever. So he's saying, is he setting up? Yeah, see, look. He's setting up on the inside. Paul has his arm out. He's saying it's going inside. It's clear as day. Now,
I thought this pitch went outside, though.
Right. So maybe he was trying to fool him, which is what you should do.
Now where's the where's the video?
It was inside.
No, that's not the one. That's not the one. Where this is Strom pitching. This is not a video. Hold on, let me look here. Okay.
Also, can you be more obvious with it? I mean, normally they'll turn their head, or they'll.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing the
more
glove.
Subtle. If you're doing this, then that's.
He might not have shown him where the location was. He might have shown him what was, fastball. See, the arm out like that.
How does he know fastball? He doesn't know fastball because they're using PitchCom, right?
But if he can see the how he's holding the ball.
Right, yeah.
You can find out by how the pitchers got the ball. Like if
sure,
I've got
that's true.
If I've got my, fingers like this, it's a 2-seam fastball, right? I mean,
yeah, that's for sure. That's true.
So that's what he's doing. And hey, you know what? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's all within the rules. It's crazy how many people whine and complain about in baseball about pitchers, guys tipping off the batter. Hey, look, if you're going to give the signs away, I've seen pitchers turn around and scream at the at the base runner. Well, dude, you better change it up. Because it's everybody can see it, and they'll give Patrick Bailey was doing it.
It's up to the pitcher to be able to conceal his signs and his delivery. He needs to have a repeatable delivery that you can't tell just by looking at it. And, I'm sure there's people on the staff that are looking for these things to help the pitching staff make sure they don't have any, they're not tipping any pitches. And it's part of the game. So, I don't fault the Dodgers at all for that.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, the part that's different is what the Astros did in 17, banging on trash cans and stealing signs through video
Mechanical
camera
means.
mechanical. Yeah. But if players can pick it up, then what's the difference? No big deal. Change your.
That's as old as the game itself.
Don't. If I'm pitching here, all right, I guess pretend I'm a lefty here, and I'm doing this out here, and you're looking at me in the chat's looking at me in my glove here. I got to do it more like this.
Correct.
Now, yes. Now I can feel that I've got my fingers on the two seam. Okay. Now if I'm going like this, and you don't know what I'm throwing, right? What do you think I'm throwing right now?
They get really advanced into it where they look at the shape of the glove to see if you're opening it up a little bit wider so you have more room for your fingers in there. They've gotten really advanced at how you can tell. Most pitchers have figured out a way to conceal what they're going to throw, and you have to be able to do that.
Let's see if the chat can figure out what I'm going to throw. What do you think I'm throwing?
It's a curveball.
Nope, I'm throwing a four-seamer. Now,
hopefully you can locate it.
All right, what do I got now?
Knuckleball.
You guys got it. Graves, and you guys got stealing my signs. A balk. Oh man. That's funny. That's funny. So a meatball. Yeah, I'm throwing up a meatball. Hey, believe me, I used to pitch occasionally. I wasn't the regular pitcher, but I got hit around a couple times. And man, what's funny is when I pitched, I used to get really sore elbow. Today they would say flexor strain or whatever. It was just, we called it tennis elbow. I couldn't, I was just so sore. And you'd stay in there and keep throwing. And then, you start throwing meatballs up there, literally. I mean, you're just grooving balls in there, just trying to get it over the plate because it hurts so doggone much to just throw the ball. But I was 14, 15 years old. I didn't think anything of it. I was going nowhere I didn't have the kind of stuff that these 15-year-olds could throw today when they're throwing, close to 90, or some of them are pushing more than that. Because I wasn't a pitcher. I was a baseball player that knew how to pitch. But, to get the ball over the plate. But I didn't have very good stuff. And,
well, it was tough for pitchers back then because they hadn't raised up the mound yet.
Yeah, but it's weird when you go from little league, from 45 feet, 46, 45 feet, I think it is. Yeah, it's 45 feet to the mound, and then you go 60 feet 6 inches at 13. 1 year later, it's a huge. Now they've got a little gap, and they'll go 50, 70 instead of 45, 60, and then they'll graduate you up to. I guess we had that too. We used to call it Pony League. We went from Little League to Pony League to Babe Ruth. I just skipped straight to Babe Ruth. I didn't know any difference. It was where my parents, put me.
They raised the mound up in 1893, Dan. So I was just joking with you.
I get you now. Yeah, they did raise it in 69, right? 69 after the Bob Gibson 1.12
Oh, right. Yeah.
ERA.
Six.
They lowered
Yeah.
it. They lowered the mound.
Right.
They lowered the mound. Yeah, you were saying. Yeah. I was 7 years old in the 68 Bob Gibson season. That's my first year of watching baseball that I recall remembering it. That was the year Bobby Bonds, Barry's daddy, came up. His first big league game, hit a home run. I think it was a grand slam, if I'm not mistaken, if I recall, against the Dodgers. We got back in the late 60s all the way through the 70s growing up. We got 18 games a year on Channel 2. That was it. Gary Park, Lon Simmons, whoever was, Giants broadcaster, we got 18 games. And that was all we got. And it was the Dodgers and the Padres predominantly is the games we got to see. So you looking up that Barry Bonds or Bobby Bonds?
Yeah. What year
First
was
at
that?
bat? 68.
Yeah, June 25th, 68. Bottom
It was
of
a
the sixth inning.
grand slam, wasn't it? First game?
Yeah.
Grand slam.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right. Pretty good memory for a 7-year-old, right? What was it, June what?
June 25th.
I was actually still 6. I didn't turn 7 until August. So I loved baseball from the time I was like Charlie, senior's kid, but he's got it way amped up. Little Charlie's got baseball in him since he was like born. So I had to learn it from my brothers, because my dad had tragically passed away when I was 6 months old. So I just had 2 older brothers, and man, all we did is play ball. Dan was throwing 100 miles per hour fastball. 100 miles an hour in my dreams. Exactly, Adrian. Yeah, 100 miles an hour. I've told some of you guys I've gotten in the batting cage. The highest I've ever gotten in the batting cage was 90. Couldn't touch it. Now I was in my 20s at the time, just during work, lunch hour, we had a batting cage near us, and I'm still in a tie and everything, but still, you could have put me in, armor, and I would get in there, and I still couldn't get around fast enough. It was just, and I can't imagine facing 100. That pitch that Mason Miller threw in the playoffs last week against the Cubs that dotted the lower outside corner at 104. I mean, how do you even you want to know why the strikeouts are so high? Guys are just guessing, and they're just swinging like we would be.
Yeah, you kind of have to guess at that point.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we got?
You can make it an educated guess and just narrow things down, but in a way you're guessing. And
should they move the mound back? Should they move the mound back? That's a great question, Philip. I've often thought they might move it back a foot to 61 and 6 inches. I think it would help the game a little bit with cut down on strikeouts. I don't know, man. That is such a tough thing. It's such a tough thing the way the game's going right now. You guys hit 240 and we're like, whoa, he's a pretty good hitter. 240. Yeah.
Yeah. As much as you'd like to see that, I think when you start screwing with the game like that, things that have been there for all of history, I'm against that. I don't want to move the mound. I don't want to change the dimensions. Just leave it how it is.
Yeah. Senior says, hey, can we get the final standings of the Fantasy Baseball League? Well, we could pull. Let's see if I still got them up here. Can we get This was the fantasy baseball league that was rather
This is
tight.
opening up a can of worms.
It could.
I don't know if you know what you're getting into here.
I don't know. Let's see. Where are they? Is that too big there?
Can't see it.
Can't see it.
No.
Oh, maybe if it helped if I don't know. Uh-oh. Let's see. Full throttle to the very end. That's me. Ended up just ahead of the second place finisher. Third place was Grandson of the Win. Bake That Dough. That was Cliff Martinez in fourth. The Big Green Weenie. That was Will. Senior Moment. That is senior softball game. He could have finished third, I think, but it ran out of innings. But that's the standings. And then there at the very bottom, number 12, a couple thousand points behind everybody else was Glenn. So there's your standings. But it was fun league. But anyway, let's get into the National League. Let's talk about the National League.
Okay.
Tomorrow night, we've got a couple of games. We've got the Dodgers and Phillies. And believe it or not, this is weird. This is game 2, and they started game 1 on Saturday, and we're going to Monday night. It just doesn't feel like baseball when you skip a day in the series when there's no travel. It's just, I know it's for TV, but it's kind of frustrating. But Tomorrow night, you've got the Dodgers and Phillies, and you're going to have on the mound for Yamamoto for the Dodgers, and the Phillies have not decided. I mean, are they going to go with Jesus Luzardo?
They got Snell pitching.
No, they're going with Oh wait, I'm looking at game 3. Sorry, my fault. Game 2. What the heck? Oh, I need to go to Monday. That's why I was still on the American League. My fault. Yeah, Snell versus Luzardo.
Yeah.
Geez, that's tough for the Phillies.
I mean, I would like nothing more to see Blake Snell get lit up. It's just the guy's so good. He's rested. He's, he lined everything up to be great in this situation. And I don't know. I don't see the Phillies having much of a chance. Of course, that's why you play the games. You don't just give the Dodgers the win. You have to play it out, and maybe you put together some good at bats, you match up on this pitching side and you pitch a gem, and the Dodgers are susceptible to good pitching. If they have a lot of offensive firepower, but they can be shut down, and it's happened many times this year. So
it has.
If they can pitch and put a couple runs on the board, maybe the Phillies have a shot.
Yeah, let's hope the Phillies can get it done. They're throwing lefty after lefty. It looks like, from Sanchez to Luzardo to Suarez in game 3. Dodgers will go with Yamamoto in game 3 back in LA, and that'll be not till Wednesday night. So you can have Wednesday, Thursday. So what they're trying to do is see if we can get baseball all the way till Saturday with a game every day this week. They're trying to get a game every day. TV is Major League Baseball and TV working together, obviously. So we'll see where this thing goes. But so we'll see if it's a series. I thought that Phillies had them the other night, Saturday night, up 3-0 in the 5th, I believe it was.
The game tomorrow's on TBS and HBO Max.
HBO Max? Serious?
Maybe it's the streaming on HBO Max.
Oh,
I'm
it's
not
on
sure.
both. It's on both. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then you've got FS1 for the American League, and
Right.
so we'll see where this thing goes. So I think the Phillies, Dodgers. To me, I would love it if the Phillies can take it to at least 5. I want to see the Dodgers sweat. It would be great. I think the Phillies, they're just going to have to somehow, like you said, have that Dodger offense go into a slump. And it can happen. It can happen to any team at any time. So we'll see.
They actually played a decent game yesterday. It's just in that moment, he gave up the home run and, Teoscar beat him. And that was it, But they had a lead at that point, I believe. And then and one bad pitch, and all of a sudden you're behind, and that's all she wrote. So,
what do you like? Chicago Milwaukee series. Who do you like tomorrow night? Chicago or Milwaukee, and who do you like in the series?
I like Milwaukee. I think they're gonna. It's kind of an evenly matched series. I think there's it'll probably go the distance. I think, but I think Milwaukee's been good all year. I think they're just a better team than the Cubs.
Yeah,
and they're gonna find a way to get it done. But
I'd like to see the Cubbies kind of do it. I don't know.
Baseball probably would too. Bigger market.
You think I think baseball would like to see Chicago, LA in the NLCS, and I'm sure they'd like probably would like Yankees, and I guess it really wouldn't matter as long as the Yankees are in it.
Yep.
All right, so we'll gauge this, guys. We'll go along with this as the season playoffs progress, but now let's shift from baseball to NFL football. It was NFL football week 5, and it all started there Thursday night with the Niners' improbable 26-23 victory behind Mac Jones and Kendrick Bourne.
What an amazing game. I mean, whoever didn't watch that game, go back on Amazon Prime and watch it. That was one of the best NFL games of the season.
Yeah, it was.
You're not going to find a better game than that.
Yeah, very, very exciting. And then, of course, tomorrow night it wraps up with the Chiefs at the Jaguars. I am out of 2 of my
Survivor pools.
I forgot to pick Indy this morning. I had already taken Arizona in one poll, taken Detroit, taken Buffalo, taken a couple other. And anyway, I was like, oh, shoot, I've got afternoon games. I've got Tampa, Seattle. That's too close to call. And I'm like, and I should have never done it. I felt I had a little gut check where I go, Jaden Daniels is back playing. Don't ever bet against Jaden Daniels and the Washington, whatever they're called, Thunder. What are they called? Redskins? I'm still calling them Redskins. Okay, the
Commanders,
Redskins.
Yeah.
All right. So I took the Chargers, and they were up 10-0, and I'm like, okay, that's looking good. And then all of a sudden it's 27 straight points, and Chargers get blitzed. And the Chargers play, obviously down there at SoFi, but it seems like whenever the Chargers play, there's always the road team has more fans. Doesn't matter who they're playing. And
well, you see that with a lot of teams that have moved, really. The Raiders are always that way. Yeah. But you see how easy it was for the Niners to go and take over on the Rams stadium.
Yep. Yep. So
LA really isn't that much of an NFL town. They're into the Dodgers, and the NFL's kind of second fiddle in that town. But I beginning of the season, I go through my survivors and pick them all for the whole year. And then I go back each week and then fret over it and second guess myself and try and convince myself to change it. And, the Raiders last week played a pretty good game against the Bears. So I was like, well, should I go with the Colts or not? and I didn't change it. I kept the Colts, and the Colts end up going 40-6 over the hapless, pathetic Raiders. And so I survived, and I'm
Good for
happy
you.
I didn't change, didn't
I
second
should have
guess my
taken
pick.
the Colts in my big pool. That's the one that's the season pool that's got like over 5,000 or more entries with a chance to win big time money. Last year I got all the way into the top 12, final 12 players, and I lost like had to pick 2 games, and I got one of them right and didn't get the other because I was down to like the Jaguars and the Titans, and I had to pick one of those. I had both of them, and they were playing each other, and it was like which flip a coin. I guessed wrong, obviously, knocked me out.
Yeah.
But
early in the year, I go pretty aggressive on picking, saving myself some good teams, and so far it's been fine.
Yeah. But, I picked Arizona.
People today.
I picked Arizona in the big pool today. Felt really good, up 21-6. And if you had, I don't know how you say his first name, Emari DiMercado, the running back on your fantasy team, the dude ran like an 80-yard burst up the middle for an easy touchdown and did one of those bonehead plays that we've seen 1,000 times. And I don't know why guys continue to still do it. It's like you want to drop the ball. It's the very last line you cross, you can drop the ball. The next to the back of the end zone, you run through it. Okay. Just keep running. He drops the ball at the half-yard line that's coming out, and it's actually loose as he's crossing the goal line. It's still, it's not in his hand. It's coming out. And so he not only cost the Cardinals the game, but if you're in fantasy, it costs – I don't have him, fortunately, but it was an 8-point swing because he got credited with a -2 on the fumble. He had 6 on the touchdown plus the 80-yard run. He got credit for the run, but he lost the 2 points for the fumble. And
it's hilarious. It's such a stupid, like you can't even teach it, because it's such a stupid play. You can't say, don't do this, because it's like, no shit, I'm not going to do that. But then we see it every couple of years. Someone does this, over the last 10 years, it's been 4 times it's happened.
I just don't get it. And plus the college games, it happens too. We don't always see it. It's just, to me, if you're not a star player, you run the risk of losing your job. Like the Cardinals are down to their 3rd running back. He is their 3rd running back, so they probably got to keep him. But man, I'm telling you, I'm just glad he wasn't. But he did cost me my survivor, my big survivor. So
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of upsets this week. You mentioned the Chargers. That's a big one. Philadelphia lost to the Broncos.
Yep,
Nobody
Buffalo,
saw that.
Yeah, let's pull up the scores here.
I didn't even see the score tonight before I came on. Did Buffalo end up winning that?
No.
Buffalo lost to the Patriots. I bet there's another survivor falling off on that one too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You guys got to in the chat. I got to get you guys into the season survivor pool. There's your Patriots
a lot of
score right there.
Survivor people picking the Rams too, because the Rams were heavy favorites against the 49ers. And so there was quite a few people that lost on that one. So yeah, it's a crazy year for Survivor because there's been some upsets for sure.
Yeah. Deshaun Jackson, he's done it at least once, maybe more than once. I just don't get it. I don't get it. What is the purpose of dropping the ball over the line? What are you thinking? I mean, you can't do it three yards later. Same effect. I mean, one more step past the, why not as your body goes across the line and you're clearly into the end zone, drop it? What is this like dropping the ball just over the line thing do? I mean, what are you gaining out of that?
Keep the ball and spike it, or keep the ball
and throw it in the end zone. I mean, throw it in the crowd.
Want. Throw it in the stands.
Yeah.
Throw it to your friend. Take it back and give it away to somebody. Do anything but that. I mean, it's not even a celebration. Dropping it early, it's like
it all started with Dion, didn't it? Did it all start with Dion? He was the guy that used to do it. Deion Sanders.
I can't even remember. Did he?
He'd do the, and then he kind of, I think it was him. It's either him or Deshaun Jackson, but yeah, I don't know.
When people get burned like this bad, you'd think other people would learn from it, but it seems to keep happening every so often. You see it.
Yeah. So, yeah. So we've got several teams now. Nobody's undefeated, Dallas, in the National Football League. Not one team.
Surprising.
After 5 weeks, there's nobody undefeated. In fact, we'll pull up the
Bills and the Eagles losing today.
Yeah. So that puts the Niners right at the top of the heap
tied for the top. Yeah.
Let's do the league here. Here's the league standings. Can you see them?
Yeah.
Look at the Colts.
4-1. Who would have thought that?
You've got 6 teams 4-1, from the Colts down to the Lions. Colts, Eagles, Bills, Niners, Bucks, and Lions, all 4-1. Steelers had a bye today, I guess, right? Did they have a bye, or what's going on? Or are they playing? No, is there 2 Monday night games?
No,
I know there was a bye. There was byes this week. Jacksonville plays tomorrow against the Chiefs.
The Steelers didn't play this week.
Okay.
And somebody else didn't play also.
Yeah, it was the Steelers and the Falcons.
It's hard to look.
Falcons, because because Kyle Pitts I have in fantasy and he was out. Okay. Look at, oh my gosh, the Jets are the 0-5 and the Giants. Look at that. New York football. Now,
you want to talk about strategies for Survivor? You can go and pick the teams that are playing those teams, Who's playing the Raiders?
Yeah, but if you pick the Giants, they were playing the Saints today.
Right. The Saints you can't pick the Giants because they suck too. So you can't go with a crappy team against a crappy team.
I know.
I don't know who the worst team is, but I know it's not the Ravens, but the Dolphins might be the worst team.
What is going on in Baltimore this year? What's going on in Baltimore for the Orioles and the Ravens to completely fall apart, where both of those teams were projected, if you asked anybody, they were projected to be probably surefire playoff teams, locks.
Right.
Locks to make the playoffs.
Well, I mean, Lamar Jackson, they're so dependent on him. And who's their backup? Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
So
are we seeing the end of
defense
Derrick
is really
Henry?
Bad. That's is that the Ravens usually are such a defensive juggernaut, and they have not been good this year. So that's a big change for them. For as long as I can remember, the Ravens always have a great defense, and that's a tough break for them.
Yeah. Are we seeing the decline all of a sudden of Derrick Henry? Is it for so long he just keeps going and going. I think he's still doing fine, but he's had some fumble problems this year. But you got middle of the pack.
Yeah. Well, what's that age where running backs lose a half a step?
Generally over about 30, but
right. He's 31 now, so
okay, yeah,
he's getting up there in running back years.
Yeah, running back years, they take a lot of pounding. How about All right. This, to me, I was watching the Eagles Broncos game today. To me, the in fact, we'll create a banner. We're going to call it. We're going to give it an award name here. Okay.
The Broncos, they finished off the season so well. People were really high on them coming into this year, and then they had their struggles. And I think, losing to the Colts and losing to the Chargers, which could happen. So I don't know. They kind of people maybe weren't giving them enough credit, but if they, I think that. Bo Nix, he I don't know, he got off to a slow start last year, finished off the season strong, kind of a slow start this year, and maybe he's getting it in gear a little bit earlier now. So the Broncos might be a team to keep an eye on.
I would agree. In fact, let's go with, hold on here. Let me just make sure I get this. All right. I want to make sure I got this right. We've got an award that we're going to give out here on NorCal Sports Network right now. Jets are the worst team. Okay. Here's our award for Sunday football for week 5. And who does the award go to for the biggest gonads award? Goes to. Anybody got a guess? Who's got the biggest gonads in the NFL week 5? Anybody got a winner? Come on, you watch football today. Who's got the biggest gonads? Mark Sanchez. I think those might be a little bit sliced up. I'm not sure how bad he got injured, but not Mark Sanchez. That would be the dum-dum award for week 5. Mark Sanchez getting arrested while intoxicated and goes to a delivery driver, an older guy, and tells him can't park there. And then guy pepper sprays him, and then that didn't work, and Sanchez ends up getting knifed. All right, here's our winner. Nobody's come up with the biggest Gonads Award winner. If you were watching some football today, it goes to Sean Payton, head coach of the Denver Broncos. Why do I say Sean Payton is our winner of the biggest Gonads Award? Because they were down 17-3. They scored to make it 17-10, and then with 7.5 minutes to go, they scored and made it 17-16. What does Peyton and Big Gonads Daddy do? Goes for 2. Goes for 2 on the road and says, heck, I didn't come here to tie. I came here to win. And if I don't score on this 2-point conversion and take momentum away, I'll figure a way to get a field goal and win at the end. But he changes the momentum and gives his team a boost. What does that say to your football team when you fly across the country for the most part and you go there and all of a sudden your coach says we're going for 2 with 7.5 minutes to go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's you're right about that.
Would Kyle Shanahan ever do that in his lifetime?
No, but in defense of Kyle, he has been a little more aggressive on 4th down. He did in this most recent game, run it 3 straight, run the clock, don't try to get the first down to win the game, give it back, let the defense do the job. And it worked out for him. But, it does put a lot of confidence in the team. I think, it's a personality building exercise where you do that, and all of a sudden the team thinks, okay, our coach has confidence in us, and then when you go on and get the win, then all of a sudden you're playing with a whole new sense of confidence.
Confidence, yeah, confidence, belief, pride, urgency. Just hey,
yeah, and big wins on the road like that, that can change the momentum of a whole season.
Yeah. Mark says, why did Barkley only carry the ball 6 times? I don't know. You'll have to ask that. What's that coach's name? Sirianni, right? I don't know why Barkley would only carry it 6 times. Is that all he carried it today? I didn't even realize that's what his stats were. Let me look. Let me pull up that Eagles Broncos game box score. Saquon Barkley, 6 carries for 30 yards, one of them for 17. That's weird. I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, the Bears also didn't play this week.
Oh, yeah. There must have been 4 teams that didn't play then.
There's another team, yeah.
Yeah. I know Atlanta was one. Pittsburgh.
Packers, I don't see them on
Bears. There. Okay, yeah, it must have been the Packers. You know what? The Niners bye is not until week 14, which if they make the playoffs, that's pretty good.
It is because you get rest late in the year, and you do get, they get 10 days off right now, which is helpful. After 5 weeks, get a little bit of a 10-day. It sucks if you lose the game on short rest, but when you win the game, and then now you get 10 days, you got some guys that could possibly be coming off injury. It sets up well for them because then they can ride it out till that late bye.
Yeah, Eagles were actually ahead most of the game today. Peyton 6-16. They were ahead 17-3. I don't know what the deal was. I didn't get a chance to watch the entire game. I actually turned it on when it was 17-3 in the second half and saw Denver kind of storm back. So it's going to be interesting. And now next week might be, the Niners have had 5 games where none of them were really a blowout. They could be 5-0, they could be 4-1, 3-2, 2-3, 1-4, or
every game was in question.
Or you can just go backwards.
It makes it so obvious how it's so nice to have a kicker that can actually make kicks in the clutch. How many games would they have lost if they had Jake Moody?
I think they'd be 2-3 probably.
Probably, but
probably 2-3.
Yeah, it was. It's so nice to be able to count on those 3 points when you need them.
Did he miss
that's helpful.
Which game was their first? Did he miss it in their second game or first game? Second game,
first
right?
Game.
Was he on the team in the second game against New Orleans I know they played Seattle week 1.
They played Seattle and won.
And then they went to New Orleans and won. Did Pinheiro kick for them in week 2 or was it I can't remember. You know what? I can do this. I can go back and look at each week and see what the
he was
box
there.
score.
He was there against the Saints.
He was Pinheiro?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He made a bunch of field goals. Didn't he? Didn't he make like 3?
2 for 2.
Okay, 2 for 2. Okay, so 49ers were very fortunate that they got the win up in Seattle and they were able to cut bait right there. That Moody didn't, he did a favor missing. What was it? What did he miss? Like a 30-yarder or something like that?
He missed 2 out of 3. And
one was blocked. I think.
One was blocked. I don't know.
Yeah.
He made it 32, and then he missed. He missed
now
short one, right?
Yeah, I think it was a short one. I can't remember.
One he had no business missing.
Yeah.
So.
But you know what's
that's really helped the Niners immensely. Just having a little confidence in that kicker. I mean, he hit a 49-yarder?
59 in preseason, right?
No, but just in this last game, he hit a long one.
Who, Pinero?
Yeah.
He hit a 59-yarder.
Oh, that 59. Yeah. Crazy.
59. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little longer than anyone thought he could actually even make. That's a little out of his range, but he had plenty of leg for it.
All right. I've got the box score here from week 1. And kicking-wise, Moody was 1 for 3, made a 32-yarder. And I'll have to go back to the play-by-play to see.
Did he miss an extra point also?
I don't think so. I'm just
17
missed field goal. Okay, here's the missed field goal. It was hold on here. What the heck? Where is it? 12 plays. Tell me how far it was. It says missed field goal. I need each play. 11-yard pass, 6-yard pass, -3-yard run. 1-yard run, incompletion, complete. Field goal. 27-yarder.
Right.
Oh, my gosh.
That's
20. Hit the left upright. That was it. 27-yarder. That's right. 27 yards. Mark Graves already got it up here, too. 27 yards, dude. Man. You know what? He may get another shot this week. I wonder if Indianapolis is going to call him in for a tryout because their kicker got injured today, who was my field goal kicker, Schrader. He got his knee.
He took a job on the Bears practice squad.
Moody did?
Yeah. But
wow.
You think that there must be somebody else that they could get.
Yeah. Wow. Well, it'll be fun. Tomorrow night is the final game. It's Kansas City versus Jacksonville at Jacksonville. Jacksonville has a chance to go 4-1, don't they? That would be wild, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Kansas City hasn't really been too impressive this year, but you have to still give them the edge.
Yeah. I'm just looking here to see how I did here today. Okay. I should be okay. All right. Very good. Well, I think it's time to wrap it up, get out of here. NBA, just a little NBA fans. It's preseason, so nothing to really get too excited about, but preseason has started. The Warriors had a home game tonight at Chase Center, I should say, and they beat the Lakers 111 to 103. Leading scorers on the night for the Warriors was I saw bits and pieces of it, but how come I can't find my total points on this? Come on, who gives you a box score that doesn't show how many points?
Moses Moody had 19. He was the leading scorer.
All right. Now, why it says it stops for me at plus 21. I don't get it. What kind of box score am I looking at? Quentin Post was plus 20. I don't know how many he's – okay. So the starting line –
14 points in 15 minutes.
Starting lineup tonight was Draymond, Butler, Curry, Moody, and Brandon Podziemski. Curry played 15 minutes. How many did he score? It's not showing
14.
me on the box score. 14. All right, he was 3 for 5 from 3. Moody was 5 for 7 from 3. Kuminga played 15 minutes. He was I don't know how many he scored because there it is. I had to scroll it over. 5 points. I had to go over a little bit. Moody 19, Curry 14, 11 for Buddy Hield, who was 1 for 4 from 3. A lot of guys on this that won't be playing here. Seth Curry is now a Golden State Warrior, so you have the true Splash Brothers now. He'll probably be the end of the bench, is my guess. He's probably going to be the last guy, Seth Curry, or one of the last 2 guys, most likely. Al Horford got a little bit of time. It's going to be interesting to see, how it takes shape. But the Warriors are the geriatric. How do you say that? Geriatric. Did I get that wrong right? Geriatric. Yeah, not tick, trick. Geriatric club. I mean, they've got, I want to say 5 guys over 35. You've got Green, Butler, Steph Curry, that's 3. Al Horford. 4. And Seth Curry, 5. So a third of their team, of their 15 players, I don't know if they'll carry 14 or 15, but a third are going to be 35 plus. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You don't see a world where they can really contend, make a deep playoff run when they're that old. It's just tough with these younger teams. So,
Aaron,
you hate to be that negative going into a season, yeah. But
how many kids will mistakenly receive number 31 Curry jerseys this Christmas? You imagine somebody goes.
This one was half the price.
This one, yeah. Hey, this one cheaper. Wonder why? Yeah. So, should be fun. Should be a fun season.
Going to school.
Yeah. Oh wow. Well, you know it's going to be when they both hit a 3 in the game. It's going to be Bob Myers. This is or Bob Fitzgerald. I mean, this is the real Splash Brothers. The Splash Brothers are back at Chase Center.
Mm-hmm.
How's your Kings looking this year? Are they a playoff contender or are they a 9 to 12 seed team?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have don't have high hopes for the Kings.
Yeah. I think, Al Horford did play 4 minutes tonight, Adrian. So they'll work him in along with Seth Curry. But one guy I did not see any minutes for tonight was DeAnthony Melton. I think he's back. Did not play. Yeah, he didn't play. Neither did Seth Curry or their draft pick, Alex Tui. Will Richard got 5 minutes, the kid from Florida, the defending champs. I think, some of these guys are going to be two-way players that will not be on the 15-man regular roster. I don't know about Pat Spencer or whatever, if he's a two, where they find these guys. Mark Graves says he was in street clothes. Talking about Horford or DeAnthony Melton? Because the box score is showing played 4 minutes.
So
yeah,
if he played in street clothes, that's.
I think he must be talking about Melton. Yeah, should be interesting. Melton won't be ready till December, January. Okay, that's good to hear. I wasn't sure if he was ready because he had that ACL tear last year, I think like in October. That's kind of a long time for rehab for an ACL, but we'll see. All right. Well, tomorrow night we'll do it again. We'll let me get some music before I talk here. Give me 10 seconds before I get going. Otherwise, you can't hear me. All right. So tomorrow we'll do it all over again. We'll do some videos. We'll talk more about Giants managers maybe tomorrow. And Appreciate you guys joining. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Really does help the channel out. Give us a like. Remember, we're here for you for all Bay Area coverage of what's ever happening in the world of Bay Area sports, except this as the music begins again. We will not cover any kind of crap like that. Just will not do it. Refuse. 100% refusal to cover this league. All right, guys, we're going to bow out right now with the patented goodbye from us and John Miller. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye!